back to the bar.
Quote from Unai Emery here from the weekend. We are building all together a winning mentality, fans and team. As tempting as it can be to think of the injuries and setbacks as an excuse, we have a no excuse culture at this football club. We must be ready to win. Strong stuff from Unai. Strong stuff. And this ties in with how Aston Villa have been performing this season, how we have changed the way we watch football. The way I watch football now is completely different since Unai Emery came into this football club. He's broadened my horizons, he's opened up my mind, the way in which I watch football. He's changed the way I watch football, and I think this is all for the better. When Unai came into Aston Villa, there were so many things that needed to change. I remember doing a 5 things that need to happen at Aston Villa, and some of them things, I think one of them was mentality change, one of them was culture, one of them was coaching, and all of those things collectively have changed Aston Villa for the better. I think when we watch Villa, we've as fans, we're all of different ages. We've all seen different things. Some of us may have seen us lift the European Cup. Some of us are too young to see anything really. Some of us have seen a glimmer of success or a glimmer of hope of what Aston Villa actually are under Martin O'Neill. And for me, I'm sort of in the middle really. I was too young to see us win the League Cup. The best moments I've seen are under Martin O'Neill. And as a positive fan, a lot of you know that I'm pretty positive on Up the Villa podcast. I'm pretty, really love the club, and I look for a positive outlook in a defeat at times. I'm very constructive at times, and that's just the way I am as a person. Really, I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty open to change an opinion, and I think that's something that's massive as well. Not just in football, but in life. If you can change your opinion, then that is a good trait to have. Not to just have an opinion, stick with your opinion. If somebody else has got a different opinion, you're not open to deviate from your opinion. And I think that's what I have when I watch Villa, and that allows me to be a little bit positive. You know, if I have an opinion that's on one direction and somebody else has another, to be able to change your thoughts and change the way that you can think sometimes allows you to open up the freedom of being a little bit more positive, but also changing your mindset at times as a fan. And I think that's how I am as a Villa fan, really. Very open-minded, very positive, but always looking for the best of this football club. And I think Unai's allowed us to understand his team and to get into his mindset and the way he thinks. I think when you look at you could look at art, you could look at a picture, you could look at how an artist wants you to perceive what that picture and what that story can tell. I think Unai does the same with his team. He sets his team out. He's got his way of playing. He wants to show his identity, and he wants Aston Villa's core values to be out on that field every time that we play a football match. It's like art, and we're watching our team through Unai's eyes and through Unai's vision. And I think having that and having that level of understanding is huge in football. And I think that allows us to fully back, fully get behind, fully understand and fully believe in this team. I think as Villa fans now, I think we have to always remain humble. I think that's the best way about looking at a football club. But I think fans at times now need to stick that chest out a little bit and back Unai and back the team and back your beliefs and back the name of this football club. I think when Unai talks about creating a winning culture, a winning philosophy, creating his identity, creating his style, in turn, he wants the fans to be able to do the same, to be able to believe in this team, to be able to back this team. I think at times in the past we've been a bit damaged goods, haven't we? Depending on where you are as a fan and what you've seen as a fan. I remember, I've always said for the last couple of years now that play shit and win, and that's a good thing to happen, because for so many years with Aston Villa we've played well and lost, and it's the worst feeling in the world. So having gone to Villa Park and seen us be 2-1 up or 2-0 up, and teams come back like United etc. over the years, and to have sort of false dawns of false hope, and it can damage a fan base at times. But I think now, fully believing in this team and believing in Unai, we're starting to eradicate those moments. Going 3-2 up against Nottingham Forest and they come back and score 2 goals, the first thing you can think of is, oh God, we're going to lose this, we're going to blow it, we're going to do this. But there was a little bit of doubt when Forest were getting on top at the weekend. But then when I saw us get on the ball, when I saw Longley get on the ball a little bit, when I saw us start of getting back on track with the ball, I started to think, you know what, this is Aston Villa, this is Unai's team, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and the chances will come, we'll create more chances, we'll score more goals, and it's just an absolute wonderful feeling. So the main point that I'm trying to make is that Unai's vision and Unai's team is completely changing this football club. It's completely changing how I watch football and how I am as a fan. I was on Forest Fan TV and I was telling Wolfie about how Aston Villa were playing, and he was saying, the high line, you play the high line, you're going to get done. We're going to exploit your high line. And I said, look, it's not a high line, it's an offside trap. We're there to play you offside. We're not a line that just stays there. And he was like, yeah, okay. So I watched Forest Fan TV over the weekend, and I watched their sort of match reaction where they all go live, and they were sort of saying, you know what, that Villa fan was right. It's not a high line. Unai got his tactics right. They don't play the high line. And our understanding of this team, knowing how we play, is so important. So when we do get in moments of games where it gets a bit tight, gets a bit edgy, don't need to think negative anymore. Just back the team, back the plan, back how we're playing, and having that belief in this team and having that belief in Unai and seeing what Unai has instilled in this team is just absolutely amazing. And being a fan this season, it's been absolutely fantastic, and we're in a fantastic position at the minute. There's no reason why we can't go and get top 4. There's no reason why we can't go and win the Europa Conference League as well. And we're only at the start of this. We are going out on football pitches, we are trying to implement our style, we're showcasing what we're all about, we're having possession, we're building from the back. But at times, we are like a painting at times, where it can tell a story, and somebody else's story can be different to see how you see that painting or that picture. And I look at Villa and I think, yes, we can be nice, we can be sort of luxurious in the way we go about things, we can be expansive, we can showcase a style and an identity and play nice, beautiful football. But at times we can get dark, we can turn into killers, we can turn into like a dark team that's brutal, that's punishing, that's dangerous, and that's what we are on the counter-attack. A team can come back at us, but we've just got 2 passes that can just slice through a team, punish them, and it's game over. And we've got that deadly ruthlessness about us. So Unai's team, it can be beautiful, it can be pretty, but it can be dark. It can be not a very nice place to be. And a lot of teams have found that dark place, especially when we go in on those scoring runs of 1 goal, 2 goal, 3 goal quickly against Brighton, against Nottingham Forest. And it's just a fantastic place to be in. So my main story of today is to show you how I'm feeling as a fan and how Unai's vision has changed the way I'm watching football and the way this club is growing into this wonderful team. It's just absolutely fantastic. So I'm loving life as a Villa fan. I think, like I said earlier, over the years it's been tough, it's been frustrating, but now I'm starting to see Aston Villa. I'm starting to see what Aston Villa means. I'm starting to see the weight of Aston Villa again. For so many years we've been a football club that's been told big. Oh, it's big, it's big. It's won the European Cup. It's a football giant. Love the stadium, great stadium. But it's been words that have been meaningless, that have been thrown about. But now the giant's awake, the giant's breathing, the giant's got a pulse. We're a football club with a pulse now. And we're starting to believe, we're starting to see that shiny silverware that's getting closer, that we're edging towards success. And I think with Unai, we're in a great place. And as a fan base, we should believe that we can do this. And I can't wait to see where we go. So we're going to go on a bit of a journey. So stick with us on the journey. So let's go. Business end of the season. That's what we're in. We're in it now. A lot of teams picking up forms. Some teams climbing. Some teams dropping. Teams winning trophies. Liverpool beating Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final. I think one thing that managers could learn from is give kids an opportunity. I think when you face adversity, when you face problems, there's always an opportunity. There's always a chance for somebody else to step up and rise to it. And I think Liverpool showed that with a lot of their players that came on the pitch in that Carabao Cup final. Chelsea, missed chances, good final, enjoyed it, competitive. Fair play to Liverpool. Klopp, it's just written in it. It's literally written. I think this season that Liverpool are going to do well, and Klopp's going to go into the sunset with trophies in hand. Maybe this is the only one they'll win. Premier League's there, Europa League's there, FA Cup's still there, so big opportunity. But we saw it this weekend that Manchester United, I've said it, poor team, coached poorly, riding their luck, getting victories. It's not going to last forever. Will they lose more games than Aston Villa this season? I think they will. Wolves, fantastic season, winning again, up to 8 in the Premier League now, so they're looking like European football can possibly be an option, maybe getting Europa Conference League. We've saw Nottingham Forest lose to Aston Villa. We've saw Crystal Palace with their new manager get a victory as well. So are they going to get a bit of a bounce now and start climbing the table as well? So, a lot of different things. Bournemouth losing to Manchester City, City scraping through, getting victories. Arsenal blowing away Newcastle. Arsenal look absolutely fantastic at the minute. They're so attacking, so dynamic, full of belief, full of intensity. So I feel like it's going to go all the way with this title, but things are starting to happen in the Premier League now. Teams are starting to know that it's that business end, and teams are getting a little bit more form. We've got teams at the bottom that are losing still. I think Sheffield United, Burnley, I think they're done and dusted. Everton getting a point at the weekend against Brighton, so I think that's, in the grand scheme of things, that's a decent point for them. But you're looking at Everton, you're looking at Forest now, looking in like they're in precarious positions now. Luton didn't play this weekend, so they've got Villa up next, and it's a big week for Villa. Big week for Villa. If we can go there, get the victory, it'll put us in a great shape going into that monster week with Ajax and Spurs. So really looking forward to it. Proper old school stomping ground of mine. Cow Vintage in Digbeth. How's that? Bit different, fresh vibe, different scenery, incorporating football, lifestyle. Hopefully you want to see more of these type of videos. I've really enjoyed it. We can grow this different concepts, and I think it's a fresh approach, which is something that I enjoy and something I feel might be needed. So, up the Villa.